Hello, everyone. I'm Edith Wolek. I'm here with Rosemarie Macklin, and she's a designer, fabulous designer of cis ties. Hi, Rosemarie.
Hi, Edith. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you are very welcome. Our audience are up for a treat today with
you.
yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what do you do and what do you design?
Okay, so a little bit about myself. I am a fashion designer. I have been featured in Vogue UK several times and different magazines around the world for my main company, which is called See Me Collections, and that's SIMEE Collections. And that's a couture design company that I have. And I dress women for major events. And if you're a public speaker, if you're doing any type of event that you want to stand out, that's why, hence the name, See Me. So in front of a podium, in front of an audience, in a wedding, anywhere that you think you want to stand out and you're looking for a private custom designer, that would be myself. I was originally born in Jamaica. I grew up in England, Nottingham, London, and now I reside here in the United States in Las Vegas. And I've been a fashion designer, probably professionally now, for at least 12 to 13 years. I've dabbled in the industry from being a choreographer, dealing with models all my life. And then finally, I decided, with everything I know, my eclectic designs, my different style, I decided it's time for me to go and start putting pen to paper. And as soon as I started that, it was almost as if everyone was waiting for the designs. So it made it so easy for me to transition from one career directly into the fashion industry on the other side. So I kind of know the industry from both angles.
Marvelous. I cannot wait. And probably the audience would love to see what do you design and
okay.
Share it with us.
Okay, so what we're talking about right now is my new extension of my design couture pieces. And these are neckties that basically I have reconfigured into making them into beautiful pieces for ladies to wear. Like we're sitting here, I just cannot imagine being on the Zoom or any type of profile where we're looking at each other from probably breast up and not owning or having a cis tie in order to enhance your wardrobe. Now, this is a cis tie, and cis ties, what they are the basic male tie that I'm sure most of your husbands and boyfriends may wear. But what I decided is that it's been many years in the world and the industry that men have had a calling card to say you're professional. They walk in a room with a suit and a tie on, and automatically they get the overall appearance of, oh, he's professional, he has himself together, he's dressed well. Women do not have that piece of garment that as you walk in the room, she gets that notification like, oh, that's the boss, or that's the person in charge, or she's really about business. So what I did, I enlarged and literally took the male tie, reconstructed, and then made it more feminine. So now when we're sitting down, not only does it enhance every piece of wardrobe that you may have, it should be a staple in every woman's wardrobe. Basically, every day, Monday to Sunday, you basically have one from the church to work, to socializing with my girlfriends, to hanging out anywhere that you want to go out and say, you know what, I'm in charge of myself and I'm in charge of how you perceive me. And that's the main part of cis tie. Cis ties, it says everyone now, because as soon as we wear these and we put them on, and as you see, I have a very simple, like a t-shirt dress on, but once I put this on, it looks like I'm dressed up. And so everywhere I've been going, people just stop us everywhere. It's one of those pieces like, what is that? Well, what are you wearing? It's like, it's the new revolutionary way of wearing a tie, and a tie that represents empowerment, a tie that represents inspiration, and a tie that represents professionalism. And going back to probably the story I told you about my sister. My sister worked for many, many years in Manhattan and always in the corporate world. And basically what ended up happening is she'd come home several times and she would always say, oh my God, he makes me sick. I just can't stand this. And I'm like, what's going on now? Because, you know, office gossip, I'm thinking it's office gossip. And she says, no, it just really frustrates me that so many of these women have been in the positions they've been in for years. And then the company goes outside and hire a man. And a man, in a sense, to say a position that could have been filled by a woman that's been there and that's seasoned and know the job. And then she says, and then what? They come and they ask us to train these new people that just took the job that they never even offered to us. And she was like, and it's just because he's in a suit and tie, they strut around the office thinking they're all that. Now, unfortunately, my very feisty sister passed away 2 years ago from cancer. And basically, to kind of like commemorate and the stories of what she's telling me, because she's a great storyteller, it was one of these things that kept in my mind as I was on a Zoom talk. And I was on a conversation and I'm looking at what, 30 people on the Zoom, and everybody looked so basic. Everyone looked, but the guy that came on with his suit, with a tie, he actually didn't have a suit, just a tie on. It's like all of a sudden, he kept getting all of the conversation. Everything was targeted to him because he looked professional and he looked like he's the one that's more in charge. And so it just dawned on me after that conversation on the Zoom, I ran to that my sewing machine, and I was just like, I grabbed one of my husband's tie and I kept looking, why did this tie stand out so much? Why did this tie stand out? And it was because it's that focal point. It's the point where, you know, we have been ingrained for so long that that stands for professionalism, going back to the 16th century. And it's like, wow, men used to wear the cravats, they used to, or everything here. Women didn't quite adorn to that, but they've always received that professional attire and mindset from the world, everywhere you go, no matter what language you speak, as long as you show up in a tie, you look professional as a man. And therefore, I was just like, and I grabbed some different type of embellishments I saw around, and lo and behold, I came up with my first cis tie. And I was just like, OMG. And that prompted me to call my now co-partner, Miss Manira Mack. She's an attorney here in the US. And I said, listen, sis, you have to come over here and have a look at what I've just done. She came over. She was so excited. She had on, I said, I'm going to put a jacket on you. She was like, oh my God, let's call Oprah because I want to be Gail. It was just one of those things. She's like, no, you know, she was so excited about, once I explained to her how I came up with the concept and why I came up with the concept, she was like, that's the story. That's what it's all about. Women need something that when they walk in the room, that they are given the same respect, the same acknowledgement as soon as they enter a room, because they wear something that represents, I would say, longevity, professionalism being the scarf, the tie, and then now with this beautiful embellishment that allow them to have the femininity of it. And just to make it very simple, a tie you have to, you know, put around your neck, you got to do it and pull through. With a cis tie, it's very simple. We have beautiful pearl snaps, and I have 2 or 3 different sizing. So it depends on the size of your neck. You just literally will add to whatever size you're doing. So basically, and it's a 1 through 3, it snaps on and you're running out the room, looking fabulous. And as soon as a Zoom call, and I've done many, many Zoom calls with just nothing on the bottom, a nice t-shirt and a cis tie, and I sit here like, boom. So, and nobody would ever know. So bottom line is, it's just one of these things that I know it's going to revolutionize the business world. And it's going to make women not only feel good about when they present themselves, but you also feel very empowered that I'm in a movement of different women that have literally, we're standing on the backs of other women who have sometimes, I said, been disrespected, been overlooked, not given the same acclimated there should be. And it's not because of anything else than that person with a tie on. And most women can look around in every office setting and look and see the boss, what he's wearing, why he's the boss, when he has a meeting, when he shows up for that wedding, whatever it is, he has that tie, and that represents he's got himself together. So ladies, now welcome to Sis Tie, level up and game on.
This is your perfect why. This is
Yeah.
why you've created it, to empower women and tell
Exactly.
them this is our chance to be professional and get
Yes.
our power back.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. You know, and I mean, just to be able to see walk down into, I used to have the West End, to see in Times Square in New York, in all of the major cities. And you look around, you see everybody walking around with suits, and they got their, you know, you run around like we call them penguins, everyone in their black suits, gray suits, or blue suits. And now, ladies, when you have that sis tie on, it's just like I've leveled up. I'm unique. I look good, but I still represent professionalism. And it's like, it makes it so unusual. So every outfit that I see, I know it's coming from a designer's mindset. It's almost as if the sis tie is missing. Something around that neck is missing. And it doesn't mean that we're putting away your pearls, your diamonds, and all the other necklaces you might wear. They can still go over and drop and embellish the sis ties. And we have probably right now, over 400 unique different designs. There's very rare that you'll find two of the same. You may find two of the same with certain embellishments, but not the same ties, because I definitely research and find variations of ties. Some of them are silk, some of them are, you know, so just the patterns are eclectic. There's so many different designs and ties, but now we have put them together to make sure women, you feel unique. You know, when I have this on, your coworker is probably not going to have the same. And these are called the original sis ties, because my fear as a designer, some people may think it's simple. And I just want to go into a little detail with this, Edith, is that basically, some people will don't understand that not only is it a reconstruction of a full sewing from a sewer's point of view, it's also a lot of reconstruction and being able to add the different elements and making sure that they look right. So one tie may take me 3-4 hours to make. And so you have to understand, we're not making this manufactured right now. What we did, I made several over the years. So we have an inventory for everybody, and we constantly keep making them. So when you see it on the website, and I forget to tell the website, www.mysisties, spelled SISTIES.com, just sis and ties.com. And so basically, in order for us to continue to see how beautiful they are, this takes work. It takes a lot of time. And it's also matching the right elements of the fabric with the right tie. It's not an easy, oh, it's just got a little bit of lace on it. No, it's not. There's a lot that goes into it.
A lot of research and
a lot of different things. And then just to introduce you also to, you told me when we started the Zoom that you were feeling a little, it's chilly outside, although you look beautifully relaxed. So I've had several calls already from Europe where everyone has asked me now, can you please make us the fur ones, the ones that actually can cover my neck? So I've been making all of these beautiful fur sis ties, and basically to allow you now to be able, I think I had that on the wrong route. So be able to now enjoy in the winter time. You put on your coat, your jacket. You don't need a scarf anymore. You now have the most warmest faux fur on your neck. It hugs you, it kisses your neck, and then outside your jacket, your coat, you're still branding your sis ties. So ladies, it's just like, it's for everyone who's going to be cold this year, these make the best gifts. They make it's for the woman that has it all, for the office that wants to be able to have something totally different for their staff, that they give away different things. This is what it should be for the holiday gift this year. Everyone should have their own sis tie and be able to have them multifunctioned. And so that's a big thing that we're having now. A lot of these bigger companies have been contacting us and asking if we can make it for a team of women, or, you know, as I told you, one of the biggest wish for me is to be able to have this on like an airline and seeing all the women, or a major company. that wears something, but to be able to have all their staff have a sis tie that now represents the unity of women, as well as being functional to keeping their neck warm so they don't have to keep saying, where's that big scarf? Let me
Right.
pack up with the scarves. So
That's
I'm
the
excited about that.
Thank you very much for sharing your vision. And I know it took many years to create your vision.
Yes.
What advice would you give to women to start creating their own vision?
Well, research is number one. So research is the most important thing. So we may have ideas that we think is the best idea ever, but it won't be able to be executed unless you research to see, did somebody else have that same idea? Is it something that people are even looking for or want? It's just the same, like I say with the sis tie. These are more for the fall, the weather, the regular weather. The other ones are for the winter. So they have multifunction. So you find out, like you said, I have an idea, I'm coming up with something, researching and finding out if the market is looking for what you're delivering. Is there a market for what you're selling? And that's what's important, because a lot of people can come up with great ideas. But number one, if you can't fund it, if people don't want it, or if it's something that's too hard to deliver, those are the three factors that you have to consider in opening a business. Now, going back to that, I have gowns and I had to rechange the mindset of having my CME collection. Some of my designs are so, as I'd say, as a designer that thinks out the box, because I don't like things that everybody else has. Some of my garments may cost 5,000 to 10,000. People may like, I can't afford that. I can't pay for that. So what did I have to do? Those garments are my introduction garments that literally go on the catwalk and most fashion shows in Fashion Week to let people know what I can do. So then from there, I scale down to making other smaller items within the $100, $200. And I ask my client, what is your budget? And they may tell me their budget is this. I said, okay. So I would then represent two different fabrics to show them, this is the lower side of what you've chosen, but this is the higher side of the budget you've given me. Let me know how you want to go, because not every lace is lace, not every silk is silk. And so that's the difference. So when sometime I told you about the ties, like it's a little bit more intricate than just putting a piece of lace around it. It all depends the story of the lace. And we all know Nottingham in England has been the home of the most amazing lace and things like that. And being able to go down to these places from my childhood. Now I'm really dating myself, but bottom line is some of my lace, I import them from different places. I don't just have regular lace. So when somebody sits down, if you're not somebody who's used to quality and understand, like, it isn't just a piece of lace you pick up from a regular little store. That's not what I do. I like to research and find laces that's actually silk worn. When I say silk, I mean from a silk worm, that this is actually, done from something I sent from India that I know you can't go pick up, you can't go find. So this is the difference, to understand the pricing when you have somebody that's opened a business. What is my medium price to be able to attract an audience? So as I said, I make my big pieces, and those are the ones that I sit down and take forever to do. And I may take sometimes 6 months to a year because I want to wow you at a fashion show. But then I know that the audience may not be able to do much more than 500, 600. Every now and again, I'll get a couple 2,000 people, and the economy's changed. So not everybody has those type of budgets anymore. So as a designer, you have to change accordingly. So me selling ties that may range from, I think the cheapest one we have is like $39. It might be gone already off the website, to the most expensive with all type of embellishments, pearls, crystals, Swarovski crystals, all kind of crystals. It ranges from $39 US to at least $150. And some of these are for weddings, they're like stand out. So it's one of these things, like I say to people, you buy cashmere and you can go, if you buy cashmere, just use your English stores from Jessup's, it may be costing you like 40 pounds. You buy cashmere from Harrods, it's going to cost you 200 pounds. And you're saying, what's the difference? Well, the manufacturing, where they make it, the people who make it, and the quality. And that's what Sis Ties is about. So that when somebody look on our website and be like, oh, it's just a tie. A tie is probably like 5 pounds. I can get it from any thrift shop and put something. No, it's not. There's a lot that goes behind it. And I want every woman to feel unique and know that she has something on that is individually made specially for her. So I hope that answers the question.
Amazing. Yes, it does. Definitely it does. So what is the next goal, and how do you set your goals, and how do you plan to achieve it?
Oh, yeah, okay. My next goal for my business that we're talking in question is to be able to do exactly what we're doing right now, get it out to the world, get every woman wanting a cyst tie. And then once every woman has a cyst tie, finding out how I'm going to get her to get 2, 3, 4, 5 cyst ties, just like how she have her panties. And I basically want you to have one for every day of the week. I wanted to have a statement. I wanted to mean something. We're all in this world for a different reason. And if my reason is to empower women and let every time somebody see you, they look at you twice. They do a double take like, oh, what's that? And you can say, because she's a successful woman, she's the CEO, she's the boss. You know what? She just got promoted to the next level. She's one of those confident women. If I can achieve those things, then I've done my purpose with the business that I'm doing correctly right now. My way in which I'm trying to get there, we are trying to market to a lot more of influencers as far as professional women who have an audience that basically are able to not only show the cyst tie, but have their audience say, oh my God, I understand this message. So being on more talk shows, being on more podcasts, being able to go out and show people what cyst ties is about, that's what's important. And that's our next step. And it's a lot because we're doing this international. This is not a thing that's just the US. It's a thing that is international. And I'm going to tell you a quick story. I had a lady from India. She contacted me 2 days ago and she asked me, please, 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 can you send me one of your cyst ties? She says, because the men here don't understand what it means for respect. And I want to wear one of your cyst ties and know that I have the empowerment inside of me, feeling that I am the boss, feeling that I know what I'm doing. I feel empowered, because she says here, it's difficult for us sometimes to portray that. And me wearing a cyst tie is my way of saying it and making, although the men won't understand, women, it's a secret thing for women to say, yes, I feel good about myself because you may think you're the boss, but really I'm the boss. And I just thought that was amazing.
Fabulous, fabulous.
It gave me chills when she said it. Yeah, yeah. I was understanding, my God, she said, you know what I mean? So to understand the culture of not being able to feel empowered, to not be able to, to express the hard work you do as a woman. And because you'd be looked down or whatever, maybe even abused because you represent a strong woman. But sometimes, it gives me chills trying to explain to you, but basically to be able to wear something and knowing for yourself that this represents a lot more than fashion. It represents a lot more than you're saying. It's my flag of confidence. It's my flag of feeling like a woman and feeling like my hard work is worth it, even if I'm feeling it. And that's what cyst ties is about.
Beautiful, beautiful. We are coming to the end of our interview. Do you have one final suggestion for new business owners or mom entrepreneurs, whoever who is starting their business, or for somebody to improve their business today? What would you suggest?
I would suggest persevere. Don't let anyone turn you away from a goal that you feel that it's your passion, it's your wish. Because going through this life and not being able to accomplish what you want to do is sad. And therefore, everything that you've done in the past that led you up to the decision that you're thinking about, that I want to go alone, I want to make it, I want to do something that is not only going to enrich my life, but it's also going to enrich my spirit. That's would be my advice for any woman. Go for it. Don't wait. Life is too short and there's a room for everyone. just go for it. And I mean, I know that's Nike saying, but it's the most realistic statement there is. Go for it.
Yeah, just do it.
Yes.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you
Thank you.
on our summit, and you are such a great inspiration to business owners,
Thank you.
women in this world, and you persevered and you pushed
Mhm.
through this, and you're succeeding, and
Thank you.
you will empower still so many. So thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me, and good luck with everything you're doing. And I wish you also the best, because I know you are also a very, very powerful CEO of yourself and your surroundings. And that's what we all need to do, be our own CEO of our own bubble. And that's how we should be as women. And it's only a certain amount of people can come through that bubble. And that's how it is. So enjoy. And I thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Bye.